Hi guys, my name is Corsair87 and I'm a current tennis professional that I've always had a passion for gaming. Ever since the early days of the Super Nintendo until I found my way to the PC Master Race. Now after that brief introduction, I would like to start by introducing you guys to my 2018 gaming and office setup, in which I will be going through basically all the hardware and tech that I have in it, and hey, the king of it all, which is going to be my PC. Now without taking any more time from you guys, I would like to introduce you guys to my 2018 gaming and office setup. So I'm gonna actually go through a little bit of how I came up with this setup. What's the process, how long it took. So this actually was a work in progress for around 3 years, ever since I moved to Houston. Originally we started in a small apartment and basically just had to build it from scratch. I had an AMD build at a time, I think around an FX processor and an R9 390. I'm not really sure about it, but I think that's what I had at the time, okay? And I remember it was just a pain in the ass to play because I mean, I didn't have any furniture at the time. I just currently moved, and I remember I used to play like a little round table I had in the kitchen, and everything was a mess, you know, really uncomfortable to do anything in it. I'm just glad that those times are over, okay? So I'm actually gonna leave some pictures how this whole process came to be and a little bit of the updates throughout the years. And here this picture is actually when we moved to our second apartment, which was a little bit bigger at the time. If you can see, I already had a small little desk here where I used to play. I already was rocking the 2 monitors. Do not worry about the cable management. I know it's crap. Don't worry. That was fixed with time, okay? And yeah, so here I play for, I mean, we lived here for a year. We saved enough money. We actually got into a new house, which is where we currently reside. And here's actually a picture of the house. And here's actually where I said, okay, now here's when I want to build my official setup, and actually took one of the rooms of the house. This is the room that I picked. Nothing was, as you can see, everything was empty at this time. I only had my computer, my monitors. I was just going to try to set everything up. Here's actually when I set it, when I left everything set up. I had my printer, everything was, it's actually felt really sad because if you can see, the room was a lot bigger than any of the rooms I used to live at, because this house was completely utterly huge compared to all my 2 small apartments that we used to live before. So it actually is funny because you can see just the computer area, and everything is just empty. But again, this took around 7 months to update just the house. So my official setup took around 7 months after we actually moved into the house. And you can see here's actually where we put up all the furniture. We put a TV, we put a couch, we put up artwork on the wall. So it's kind of like, it was already starting to feel like what we wanted to be. Like, I've always had a vision in my mind that it was gonna be like. Okay, here it is, the official final product, which is what you're seeing right now, and which is what I'm actually gonna show you a little bit more in detail of what everything is about. Okay guys, and I'm gonna actually try my best to put all the pieces of equipment, like the PC parts, furniture, you know, even the plants and stuff like that, even small stuff. I'm gonna try to do my best to put everything down, links of it down in the description below. And again guys, if I don't go through some item, or if you guys have any doubts about an item that you see in the video and you guys want to actually ask me about it, just leave a comment down below and I'll try my best to respond with hopefully the answer to it. And anyway, so yes, go and check out the links if you want, if you think you want that item, or if you think it's cool and you want to, you know, get it for yourself or something. And yeah, so let's just start out with the back part of my setup, which is what I call actually the music area.
Now that's basically because we have the Amazon Alexa connected to my Bose Companion 3 speakers. Now on top of that, we basically have the wall shelves, which are full of equipment boxes, like for example the Super Nintendo, the Xbox One. We have the Skylake i7, we have the new Coffee Lake i7, we have a couple of iPhone boxes including the new iPhone X, and we also have the Razer Onata keyboard, and this is all purely for aesthetics. Now on the right side of the furniture, you can basically see that I have a fake IKEA plant, and also in between the furniture and the couch, We have some Philips Hue Bloom lights, which are just basically for some accent lighting. And this is pretty cool because you can actually change the color and you can actually control them with Alexa. So you can basically just command her to do whatever you want with it. Now this right here is my studio lighting. It's actually cost me around $65 on Amazon. It's from a company called Limo Studios, and they're really good. I mean, this thing has worked wonders for me. So if you're actually looking for new studio lighting at a reasonable price, be sure to check them out. Okay guys, so let's move into my launch area. So this is a place where I chill out. I got my couch here, I got my MacBook Pro for productivity, and I also got some cool picture frames of Star Wars on the wall, since my whole studio is based on Star Wars. Now like I said before, this whole area is just to chill. I can watch some Netflix over here, play some Xbox, play some PS4, you know, use my laptop while I do this, you know, we'll do some productivity work, and it's just an overall just relaxing session, which I kind of need at the end of my day to just unwind from everything, which I really do need in my line of work. Let's go a little bit more in detail in the TV area. And here I got a 50-inch Vizio 4K TV sitting over the IKEA TV stand. Now in it I have the Xbox One, the PS4, the Super Nintendo the Mini Edition, and the Roku TV for just, you know, streaming shows and Netflix. Now sitting on top of the IKEA TV stand, we have the Home Labs Sunrise Alarm Clock. Now this is a digital LED clock with around 6 color switches, FM radio, has multiple nature sounds, touch control, and it also has a built-in battery in case you want to take it with you. Now as you can see in the video, it's pretty cool because you can actually go through multiple colors, and it actually works for me because I can just switch it whenever I want to switch the mood of my setup. Now right next to it we have the 2006 Shelby GTH model car, and this is a gift from a really good friend of mine. Now to the far left is my iPhone X wireless charger. This is actually from Zeneo, and I got this at Amazon around $21. It's a really fast charger, and actually just takes around 20 minutes for a full charge, so I can just leave it there while I watch some TV, and then when I'm done, boom, the iPhone's done too. Now inside the TV stand, we have the Xbox One S, we have the Super Nintendo, the Mini Edition, we have the Roku TV, and on the other side we also have the PlayStation 4. Now we keep also all the controls of both consoles inside here. Anything related to the TV is also placed inside the TV stand. Okay guys, so let's finally move into my PC area. Now the first thing we're going to talk about is going to be my monitors. Now the ones shown in this video are the Asus Republic of Gamers Swift PG27AQR, which has a 27-inch display at 2560 by 1440p resolution with a 1 millisecond response time and an overclock refresh rate up to 165 Hz. Now it also has multiple connectivity options with display ports, HDMIs, and also USB 3.0 ports. Now one of the must for me was that it has NVIDIA G-Sync, which enables me a smooth gameplay. It also has game-grade ergonomics such as tilt, pivot, swivel, so you can adjust the height to your comfort zone and to your liking. Now only downside for me was that it was a TN panel and not an IPS, but hey, that wasn't a big issue for me. Now as for the third monitor, which is all the way to the left of the setup, this one's an Asus VN289Q 28-inch display with a Full HD 1920x1080 resolution, and this one's mounted vertically using my North Bayou monitor desk mount, which you can pick up on Amazon for around $36. Now as for my accessories, I'm using the Razer Onata keyboard, the Razer Naga Trinity mouse, that's sitting on top of the Razer Firefly, and all of that is sitting on top of the glorious extended mousepad. And yes, I'm kind of a Razer fanboy. Now for the past 3 years, I've been using the Razer Black Widow Ultimate, and I switched to the Onata mainly because of the chroma feature. I was a little afraid at the beginning of losing the mechanical keyboard feel, since Onata uses mecha memory keys, but I was actually surprised with the crisp, tactical mechanical click that they produce. Now I used the Razer Naga Hex until I switched to the Naga Trinity, and it's been one of the best decisions I've made since I can swap side plates depending on style of game I'm playing. Now this thing has 16,000 dpi 5G optical sensor for swift movements, up to 19 programmable buttons, which are great when I play my MMOs, and a side plates for 2, 7, and 12 button configurations. So you can basically switch between a Razer Naga, a Hex, or a Death Adder Elite. As for the speakers, I decided to move my Bass Companions 3s to my music area and pick up the Razer Noma Chromas for my PC. Now I must say these are one of the best looking speakers out there in terms of aesthetics, and they actually back it up with performance. These have rear facing bass ports which actually deliver high quality lows without having to use a subwoofer. The right speaker has a volume and a bass knob with automatic gain control, which ensures bass scales distortion free. What's cool about it is that when moving the knob, it uses the chroma lighting effect for visualizing increases or decreases in volume. Now let me show you guys a quick preview of how it performs. Now continuing with audio, at the bottom of the desk, I have my headphone hanger, which is rocking both the Corsair Boyd Pro RGB and the Razer Kraken Pro. Now to be honest, I'm mostly using the Corsair one, just because of the wireless feature. Now that's such a great thing that you can just pick it up, game with it. I can do my video editing, I can switch it up to my consoles, to my Xbox One, to my PS4, and just have that freedom of being wireless, not having to worry about any wires in the way, just like I have to do with my Razer Pro. Now of course it has to have the RGB lighting, and I had to pick them in white, just because it just looks so clean. For my microphone, I went with the Rode NT USB, which is connected to the Rode PSA-1 boom arm. This actually gives me high quality studio microphone with the convenience of USB connectivity. It comes in the box with a 6-meter USB cable, a zip case, a pop filter to minimize plus sipes, a tripod stand, and a ring mount. A pretty cool thing about this microphone is that it can actually be used with the Apple iPad, using the app Rode Rec, which is pretty convenient to say the least. Now in terms of audio, the difference has been extraordinary. I actually made a test in this current video, as all the audio from my setup parts have been recorded with the Rode mic, and my intro videos with my camera mic. A remarkable difference. So as you probably know by now, at the top of the PC on the wall, we have some extra Star Wars artwork just to keep the theme constant throughout the whole setup and add more personality to it. Just below the artwork, you can see my custom vinyl of my real name, which of course has to have the Jedi Knight in it, purely for awesomeness. Now to the right of it all, you'll find my Star Wars Deluxe lightsaber room light. It's basically just a wall light that has 8 different blade colors that you can control with a handheld remote that it actually comes with. Now this is perfect for my setup, A, because it's Star Wars related, and B, because it just has more of that lighting effect. Now one of the most important parts of any setup is the chair. Now the one I'm rocking is the GT Racing gaming chair. It's got an ergonomic design, which is a must for those long sessions. Now this chair has rocked back and forth, adjustable backwards with 90 degree to 170 degree safety angle, armrest and seat height adjustments, 360 degree swivel. You can pick this up on Amazon for 150 bucks. Okay guys, so let's finally talk about the one that packs all the punch, the king of the setup. Let's talk about the PC, aka Joda. So this thing's got an i7 8700K overclocked to 4.9 GHz. It also has 16 GB of Corsair Vengeance RGB RAM and an EVGA NVIDIA GTX 1080 Ti with a custom backplate for B1 Tech. So I can basically throw anything at this bad boy and it just breezes by and asks for more. Now everything's kept running cool even at high demands thanks to the EVGA CLC240 AIO, and by the extra 4 Corsair case fans which pack that RGB goodness. Now if you're still wondering which motherboard I'm using, the one is Asus Prime C370A, and this whole set is being powered by the Corsair RMX series RM1000X, 1000 watts, fully modular power supply. And finally, to keep that whole setup theme going, I have some Star Wars figurines inside and outside, and also some RGB light strips just to make everything inside pop.
Okay guys, so that's going to be the end of my setup tour. Now if you have any feedback or criticism, please leave a comment down below, as that's going to help me a lot to improve going forward. Now if you really enjoyed this video, please feel free to leave a thumbs up, and if you didn't, then leave a thumbs down. And as always, subscribe to my channel so you can get notified of any new content that's published in it. See you soon, friends.
That's what happens when gasoline